Yes. Happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah, I know, right? Uh, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Halloween. I mean, not much is gonna change since you already had to wear masks when it Halloween. Shit. I bet this is like the only thing I have that resembles remotely a Halloween costume. I could dress up as Jack Torrance, but I don't have an axe. I need to get like an axe or a machete or something to go along with this. Otherwise, I could use my hands. Could use an actual knife, but that's kind of a bit dangerous. But yeah, I am this Halloween. I am stuck indoors. Hopefully next year I'm gonna be out and about, playing with friends, and having a dandy old time, Do people still say dandy? I have no clue. Yeah, this year's been crazy. It's almost been a zombie apocalypse movie, just that there's no act. The virus isn't making people doing the horrible shit. I honestly need a bowl cap. I think, well, yeah. I wasn't prepared for Halloween because I knew we weren't gonna do anything. If the virus didn't happen, I would have gotten a fake machete, prosthetics, a coat, everything to look like Jason Voorhees. Instead, I just have this because I was gonna dress up as this for the 80s gig because I just dressed up as an old man to the Halloween gig last year, and I'm a fucking idiot because even though Jason is a horror movie character, he's from the 80s, but they still consider him a horror movie character, even though he's not specifically targeted at Halloween. But I can understand if I got a Michael Myers like costume, I would understand a little bit more. But I was like, oh god, I don't want to wear like something generic. I don't have anything 80s themed because I'm not an 80s kind of person. Outside of horror movies and kind of action movies, you know. But yeah, some say, oh, jeez, some say that the real masks that we wear are the masks here. And those people are absolutely right because in true fact, the reason why many people like Halloween so much is because they get to express themselves in the most creative ways, whether it be with pumpkins, costumes, or filmmaking. Because, I mean, nature is very violent and very terrifying. As we've seen from the last 5 years, people can be very, very scary. And even now, it's like you can't even trust like like an old lady. You can't, especially if they have a bowl haircut. You just can't. And I actually look cool without my glasses. I look I I I I look better than I do like feeling. I could actually do a Robert. I could do an Iron Man cosplay, a, a Tony Stark cosplay. Get my get my ACDC shirt. Get like an arc reactor in there near on the heart. I just look kind of like Iron Man. Just get like a bit of an Iron Man's arm, and yeah, that's a simple thing. I could have done that. No, I got the goatee as well. See, could just make my hair a little bit more spikier, and don't mind that. That's just my phone. Anyway, so I didn't really have anything planned for this. I gonna release a video where I do a cover of NIB and War Pigs and Children of the Grave, and yeah, basically Black Sabbath melody, I think. Well, I think it's 2 videos. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I I could do a collection update on my vinyl. that kind of went a bit sour, didn't it? Yeah, I hope this hasn't been. I hope you can actually hear me, because I got I think I've already told you about that, but you guys about that. But I appreciate the support recently. I've been so disconnected and so, well, not talking to my fans as much as I used to, because I don't I don't know. This year has fucked over all of humanity. It has. It's fucked over personal relationships. It's fucked over livelihoods. It's fucked over people's safety. People in the first world now know how it feels like to be in the third world now, for the first time in forever. And do you know? And yeah, and that's kind of sad, isn't it? But you know what's better? Oh jeez. Oh god. There's something in my eye. I don't know what that is. Yeah. This. It had its 25th anniversary this year. There's no like big parties and like pop-up shops or anything. There was just Noel Gallagher talking about his songs on the album, and like playback of people like doing covers of like Wonderwall. But this isn't the 25th anniversary version, which has the golden one, because I thought that was a bit too expensive. So I went for the one with all the stuff on it. It even has some bonus tracks on. You had the full like deluxe version of this contained on the download code, and I think that's just a genius idea. And just like Oasis themselves, the album is a triple gatefold, even though it's a double album. I mean, come on, guys. Do you think this is a little bit overblown? This is only a double album. Well, technically not a double album. Like CDs kind of fucked up the album cycle, because like CDs you got so many fucking tracks you can put onto an album that literally every single vinyl release of an album that is a single disc is gonna be a double album. That's why I got surprised to see people saying Kid A should have been a double album with Amnesiac, when I'm like thinking it's already a double album, and then I realise, oh wait, it's a CD. So I kind of found that funny in a way. But yeah, the album's just great. You've probably heard of every single track on it. As usual, the guitars are absolutely loud as fuck. Simple, but yet effective guitar work from Bonehead. And the lead playing isn't too complex, but it doesn't really need to be. Because the songwriting really shines on this more so than Definitely Maybe. Definitely Maybe's alright, but it doesn't have the sheen and the polish that songs like Don't Look Back in Anger and like She's Electric have, that feel a little bit more like less punk rock. I'm sorry guys, I'm not a big punk rock fan, to be honest. I'm too much of a dad to like. Do you think a person with a goatee would like punk rock? Okay, don't give me examples, but usually I'm more of a classic rock guy, okay? I just like a nice guitar melody, a nice raunchy guitar riff that doesn't sound like just power chords and like just like downstrokes all the time. But yeah, my personal favorite song off this is Morning Glory, even though that's kind of the most definitely Navy song off here. Yeah, it's just the well. What's the story, Morning Glory? That bit, I absolutely love that bit because it just sounds like waking up in the morning. Really shows the feeling, and this album captured a generations to come's feelings about, well, loneliness and like Don't Look Back in Anger, classic, overplayed, absolute anthem of a song with the sing along ballad. It's a sort of a ballad, and honestly, I think I like the quotation of John Lennon's Imagination in the beginning. It doesn't completely rip off Imagine. It's more of a quotation, in my opinion. Kind of like this, like what John Lennon used for Come Together with Here Come Old Flat Top, but in a musical sense. Uh, She's Electric is an odd and eccentric song, which actually sounds lot more like the Beatles than they ever did. Wonderwall, one of the first pure, like very very acoustic songs. It's sort of related to a previous song off there or called Whatever, which is one of the singles to definitely Maybe, but it's got less production. It actually cuts back on the production, and that's why you see a lot of white boys with acoustic guitars, like fucking singing this to the girls, just learning one song to pick up the girls, and you're like, guys, come on, that's just pathetic. That is, and also kind of cool. You Roll With It is the weakest track off the album because it kind of doesn't really have anything to say. Best part is definitely the da 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 da, the kind of classic rock kind of thing, kind of it bounce you to it. But I'm not a big fan of it. I prefer. Some might say that one's actually kind of a good tune. That it's not. The thing is, they were definitely a singles band, so most of the and Bonehead's Holiday is like a quirky tune that just makes you laugh, and Champagne Supernova is definitely their most ambitious song, with Paul Weller on electric lead guitar as well, and that's the reason why I like the Eagles' Hotel California. Kind of reminds me of that with the interplay. Same with some of the Black Sabbath stuff, because Tony Iommi would do one guitar solo overlaid onto another one, and literally they couldn't play the full studio album version of those songs live because, well, it would be fucking hard. It would be. So they have to do some improvisation in there. So because there's only one guitarist, and I that's why I like two lead and rhythm players. To be honest, someone that so we're not restricted to one person being lead and one person being rhythm, because that just kind of limits you in your songwriting. That's why multi-instrumentalists are most artists go into multi-instrumentalism, like Paul McCartney and many YouTuber guitarists are multi-instrumentalists. They don't just stick to guitar. Adam Neely and Rick Beato are notable examples of that's occurring. And yeah, it's a great triumphant prog rock kind of song, and I just love the interplay between Paul and you can definitely tell when one guitarist stops and another guitarist starts, and it's just the solos are melodic in a way that and they kind of have a feeling, but they're not too melodic. They're not at Dave Gilmour kind of melodic. There's still some note finding, but it's quite simple. But I'm repeating myself at this point. Can you tell I didn't script this? But I'm just doing this on the spot. Usually, sometimes I just think over it. I just grabbed this album right now. I'm just saying whatever comes to my mind. And yeah, I would give this album a good old solid 7 out of 10. Don't harass me, Oasis fans, honestly. I think what lets it down is definitely Roll With It. And like Wonderwall being overplayed as fuck, and it has a negative reputation that I cannot get away from. It cannot leave this song alone because it will forever be that one easy song that every guitarist learns, and it's the song, and it's like Creep. It's the only song that Americans know completely by Oasis, because Oasis was way too British for the Americans over there. They were way, and like it kind of, it's the Americanified. I think it's their most American album, I believe. Well, not really. They will always keep their British identity. And that's what I admire with them. Their boldness and their brashness to be whatever they want to be. And yeah, I love that about Oasis. You thought this was going to be a Halloween film review, but it was Oasis all along. Yeah. So yeah, I feel actually much better after watching that, after reviewing that. That is a classic, but some classics don't hold up to the fact that many beginners can pick on that and just play one song and just use it to pick up chicks, which is very distasteful. We play peripherally to pick up tricks. Oh, and also Black Sabbath. For some reason, I actually quite like Paranoid and like all those overplayed Black Sabbath songs. I actually don't mind because I don't know. It's still it's fun to listen to because it's upbeat and energetic, and you know, Wonderwall, however, is just a bit plodding. It's just a slow acoustic ballad, and it's just kind of doesn't really work for me when listening to it. So yeah, that's all. So I think happy Halloween to everybody, all of you at home. Stay safe, don't cough on anybody. Watch some horror movies, like maybe put on Halloween. You know, if you haven't watched that, go and watch it. It's the best horror movie ever. See ya. Bye.